Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the 808 Podcast where we take business owners, CEOs, marketing directors, whoever else I feel like, 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds because 808 looks like Bob. Here we go. Question number 1, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Sean O'Shaughnessy. I am the owner and CEO of New Sales Expert, LLC. I help companies create a more solid and more consistent sales strategy. I run their sales force. I am a fractional vice president of sales.
Love it. Right to the point, Sean. Number 2, what advice would you like to share? Go.
So my big advice is to small business owners everywhere. Most small businesses, in fact, according to a survey we did, 98% of all businesses do not do a competitive analysis against their competition. They cannot describe why they are better than their competitor is. 98%. That's a problem. 78% can't actually state what their elevator pitch is or their unique value proposition. That's a problem. And most of them, 86%, cannot describe what their sales process is. And that's also a problem. Those are 3 things among many, many other things that I will fix when I am their fractional vice president of sales and running their sales department. I'm a big believer in a sales process has to be repeated, has to be repeatable, and we need to be able to understand what's going on. We need to be able to pitch our product effectively against the competition, and we really need to know what the competition is. My book that I wrote is actually called Eliminate Your Competition.
Right.
It's all about doing that.
Okay. So why don't you pick one of those 3 and tell me how to fix it?
So the big part, let's just do the sales process steps, right?
Okay.
So you need to map your sales process against what your buyer is expecting to go through to buy your product, right? Or buy your service. You need to figure out what are their steps? What are the things that they're going to have to do? And you can do that after 10 sales or 25 sales. You can figure out what your standard things are. And then you need to put gates up. Gates is a figurative term that says, once you've done this, you're going to do that. And we're not going to do that until we do this, right? We're going to make sure we check those off. And so we're going to put steps into place so that we can interrogate our sales force and say, have they done this? Oh, they haven't done this then we're not going to do that. We're not going to do a proof of value concept. We're not going to do a proposal yet because we haven't done these other things yet. So you map that out based on your historical purchases and you just understand what is your buyer going to do. All buyers essentially do the same thing. There's variations, but all buyers essentially do the same thing as they're going through the process.
Well, a perfect example for a product that we're working with or service is to talk. We have a step where you have to, if you have really high tech questions, you talk to the CTO.
Right.
That's it. But there's those gates in there. I tell people, if you're going to talk to the CTO, we're going to have this meeting. 1 of 3 things is going to happen at that meeting. You're signing the contract. You're telling me in 7 days, or you're saying no.
Yeah.
And so if you're not ready to, and I tell them the price, if you're not willing to at that meeting drop that cash, we're not doing it.
That's right. Why have that meeting if you're not ready to have that meeting yet, right?
Right. And I had one person who argued with me, well, I'm not sure yet and everything. Well, then once you are at a point where you're willing to spend that much on this type of widget, let me know. But until then, you ain't talking to them.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense, right? So don't do things ahead of schedule because now you're wasting time because you haven't built up the value. And also understand what your process is. That allows you to be repeatable. That allows you to do a forecast. I know how many deals I have here. I know how many deals I have here. After I go through that process several times, now I can do a forecast that I can say, based on our history, 82% of the deals that are at this stage are going to turn into revenue, right?
Yep.
So that's good. Now we can forecast that. And that is exactly what small businesses need to do. But they can only do it by saying what's going on and actually slowing down the sales force to find out what is going on. And that's what I put in place.
Absolutely. Let's get to question number 3. It is time for shout out. Sean, who are you shouting out?
I would love to shout out Paul Hinz, who's the CEO of Entando, doing great things, bringing a Italian-based technology into the United States. And then I'm going to do a favor to Scott Brickler, who's the CEO of CAD Talk. It's a dedicated specialized integration platform between ERP systems and CAD systems. Both CEOs are doing a fantastic job and they're going to revolutionize their industry.
Love it. I'll look them up here. Number 4, final fun question. Tell me about your first sale.
I'd rather do my most significant sale. My most significant sale was a $52 million sale that I did several years ago Took, of course, a couple of years to generate all that income, but it was a product that we had rarely sold. The company I'd worked for at the time rarely sold. I took hold of the product. I found a way to sell it. I found a way to sell it big, which is why I do new sales, because I'm all about selling a product that has never been sold or has been poorly sold. That's why I call my company the new sales expert.
Love it there. So Sean, you have 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. You can do some promo time. You can ask me a question. You can tell me how great your mustache is, whatever you want. Or since the best know when to be concise and when to end, we end early, go for it.
So what I'd like to talk about even more is how do you do an effective elevator pitch? That's the other thing that I talked about. How do you put that value proposition out there, right? So an effective elevator pitch. The big thing that most people screw up when they do an effective elevator pitch, when they're doing that one-on-one conversation, is the pause. We all know what the pause is good for. The pause makes you think. It makes you anticipate. So when you're doing your effective elevator pitch, when you have the opportunity to say, what do you do? You're at a cocktail party. Well, make sure that you state it 2 sentences long, and then you pause. The pause will cause them to react. They'll wait, they'll ask a question, or maybe they'll ask about the weather, which means your elevator pitch didn't work. Just go ahead and talk about the weather at that time and just get on with it, because they don't care what you do, and just fine. Right?
See, I'm with you on that part there. Is everyone says you need to keep pushing until you show interest? No. If I tell someone about my business in 2 sentences and they don't bite, go away. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. Right. It's okay not to be interested. It's okay for them not to be a customer or be a prospect. Right. That's fine. Shake hands, be best of friends, talk about the weather, talk about the baseball team, whatever. It's
and mustaches.
Fun. Yeah. And mustaches. Mustaches are awesome. They're coming back because we're all inside now.
Yeah, they are coming back here. It's actually funny. I realize I've been shaving so much, because I'm constantly in front of the camera, so I don't have the stubble yet there. So, hey, you do have 1 minute and 17 seconds left. Would you like some promo time for your business? If not, that's all right.
Yeah, if you're a small business and you're a CEO that says, I hate salespeople, I can't understand how to motivate my best salespeople or motivate my worst salespeople, and how to figure out which one's the difference, I'm kind of your guy. I'm the person that's going to help you come in and I help you fix that problem. I'm also the guy who wrote the book, Eliminate Your Competition. So if you're interested in how to win deals repeatedly and really destroy your competition, check out my book as well. It's available wherever books are sold.
Love it there. You pulled it off. 4 questions in 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Sean, why is it 8 minutes and 8 seconds?
Because 808 looks like Bob.
It does. You pulled it off there. Your website, say it real quick.
My website is www.newsales.expert. Not .com, .expert.
Newsales.expert. In the description, it's magic. Sean, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And for everyone else watching or listening, I am legally required to tell you to like, share, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, whatever the heck the social media network tells you to do. You all have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.